All right, so yet again, Stormy won't breed, but I have 8-week-old rabbits that I need to wean from mom and put in their own grow out hutch. So I'm gonna do that today, and I'm also gonna try to rebreed mom as well. So over here I have 8-week-old rabbits from Lucky's litter. There's 8 of them, and I'm gonna move them over to a grow out hutch. And then in the far hutch over here is Thumper's litter, and she currently has 5 3-week-old rabbits that she's taking care of right now. So today I'm gonna move all of these rabbits over. I'm gonna leave a couple in there with mom just to be safe. Usually, I've noticed that by 8 weeks, they're usually not nursing anymore. People even wean them sooner than that. I usually like to wait until 8 weeks, especially in colder temperatures. I just think it's better for them. So I'm gonna go ahead and move them over. They're 8 weeks old, and I'm gonna separate them by males and females in the grow out hutches. This is a really good litter. Thumper had 8, which is a decent sized litter, and she had black and brown and blues, so it was a really pretty litter to have. And I haven't lost any of them, so I've been pretty lucky. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and move them over. All right, so I'm gonna grab a couple and then take them over to the grow out hutches. All right. I'm just gonna move some of this extra stuff that I had in here. And so that'll be the girl side. You are feisty. And this is a boy. So this wire is really great because all their waste drops down. But in the winter, sometimes it kind of sticks to the wire, and it's kind of hard to clean because it's so cold outside. It's kind of just frozen there. So from the last litter, there's quite a few little spots on here. So I try to get it off the best I can, but it's not gonna hurt them. It's not perfect. I usually scrub them out in the fall right before it gets cold. All right, so I got the males and the females, and I'm gonna go grab the rest. I mean, look at this. Adorable. This is probably one of my favorite litters that we've had. It's just been a really great litter. A very successful litter. We got lots of rabbits and some beautiful rabbits. I love raising them. They're so much fun. All right, I'm gonna put you 2 in here. So I didn't check them before I came over here, so I'm gonna check them right now. So this one's pretty laid back, so I'll come up to the camera and show you. So you just wanna get them on their back, and you're gonna take your fingers and just move the skin back very gently. And then, I don't know if you can see it, but that's a little circular spot, so that's a male. Now if it was just a little slit, then it'd be a girl, but this one has just a circular opening, so you can tell that it's a male. It's very easy to tell the difference. So he's a boy. He's a pretty easy to handle boy too. All right. And let me see what this one is. So this one's a girl. See. Let's see if I can show you. So that's a girl. You can see that she has a slit. It's kind of hard to show you, but see that? That's a slit. So she's a girl, and she's gonna go in the girl hutch. A lot of people that I've talked to have been really worried about checking the sex of their litters and separating them, but it's very easy. I got it just like that, and I mean, it's not difficult. The younger they are, it can be a little difficult, but by the time they're ready to wean, and even a few weeks before that, you can tell. All right, let's check this brown one. Yeah, yeah, see, you might want to wear gloves because they'll scratch you. Not on purpose, obviously, but just from handling them, you'll get scratched quite a bit. So this one is a boy. So he'll stay in there. And I'll go get the rest. All right, so I'm just gonna put this one in here for right now because he's the only black one. So I can tell while I try to see what this one is. So this is a boy. So let's see, so I got 4 males and 3 females, and I left one in the hutch with mom. So I'll look to see what she is here in a minute. I am gonna leave one rabbit in there just for a couple days, just to make sure. I'm pretty positive that they were not nursing at this point, but I'm gonna leave one in there just in case she was. Maybe 1 or 2 of them were nursing. I'm 100% sure that whole litter was not nursing off of her at this age. But I'll go ahead, leave one in there with mom, just to be safe, just for a couple days, probably 2 or 3 days at most, and then I'll go ahead and move her over. But I am gonna rebreed mom today, and hopefully I'm gonna try with Arlo and hope that all goes well. Their mom's pretty easy to breed, so shouldn't have any issues, but I'm gonna go ahead and try. Before I breed mom though, one thing I need to mention is I'm gonna give them all these feeders. I already filled this one up. So I'll give them the bigger feeder because they're grow outs. They can eat as much as they want. So they'll both get one of these, and then I'm gonna give both hutches 2 water bowls, and they'll get water every morning and every night. So I'll do that here in just a minute. All right, so I got Lucky here. My wonderful doe, who's so good with her babies. I'm gonna move these out again. There's 2. And we just want 1 more. Earl's peeking. Earl saying hello. All right, Arlo, come on. All right. so that was the third one. Now we can take her out. I think she's had enough anyway. All right, she's fully bred. 3 fall-offs from Arlo, which is wonderful. So I'll make sure I'll document that. I'll put it in my rabbit breeding log. That way I can keep track of when she needs her nesting box and when to up her feed and all that good stuff. But as of right now, she has one 8-week-old kit in her with her right now. I don't think that it's nursing at all, but just to be safe, I left one in there. If I was weaning the rabbit sooner at like 6 weeks, then I would definitely leave a couple more baby kits in there with her, because there's a you know, bigger chance that she's nursing. But since they're 8 weeks old and there's so many of them, I do not think that they're nursing right now. But like I said, just to be safe, I left one in there with her. But she's bred. I always like to rebreed my rabbits at 8 weeks old. Sometimes I do it sooner when we have nicer weather at different times of the year. But this way she'll have a whole month without any kits, and she'll be pregnant, and then she'll have her babies. So I like to take it easy on my rabbits, especially when it's cold out. So, but that is the way breeding should go. It should not be difficult. You shouldn't have to try multiple times like I've had to with Stormy. And, you know, sometimes it takes longer. You know, Lucky here, she's half Rex, half Silverfox. So, you know, that probably has something to do with it. Whereas Stormy, she's 3/4 Silverfox, if you want to be technical about it. But she is a bigger, larger breed, so it might take her, you know, Silverfox rabbits, purebred Silverfox rabbits take at least up to 8 weeks to breed. She's in there moving her water bowl around. She's carrying it around with her mouth. She gonna do it now? Yeah. So every day when I come out here to give her water, her bowls, she has 2 bowls and they're always stacked together. And I just now saw her picking it up with her mouth. But anyways, so I'll go ahead and give her hay. I'm going to take out 1 water dish. I'll give her 2 because I have plenty of them. But I'll give her 2 water bowls. Make sure she has food and water and all that good stuff, and she'll be all set for the day. So it always feels good when you get a rabbit fully bred and it's easy. Hopefully I can get Stormy bred within the next couple months. Like I said, she's 5.5 months old now. So it might take her a little longer. I at least like to give them at least 8 months to breed for me until I start exploring, you know, rehoming and saving another doe. But Stormy is from one of Lucky's litters, so I was hoping that her, you know, Lucky's an easy breeder, so usually if you keep some of her offspring, usually that will pass on to her babies. So hopefully I'll give her a couple months and see how it goes, but until then I'll just keep breeding Lucky and Thumper. So these are the bowls I like to use. They're stainless steel bowls that I got off of Amazon. They're pretty cheap. I think they were $1.99 per bowl. And then they kept tipping them over in the past, so my husband made these so I could just stick them in there and they're less likely to fall over, especially with a bunch of baby rabbits in there. I'm going to have him make me, you know, a double one. That way, you know, there's not 2, but just... Sorry, my rabbit scratched me and now I'm bleeding everywhere. But I'm going to have them make me a double one. That way I just have 1 piece of block with 2 spots for their water. So that's been nice. They don't spill as easy. So these have been pretty good water bowls. I like them because they're not plastic and they can't chew on them at all. They do freeze, obviously, but a lot of times when they're frozen, I'll just take them out and then I'll bang them on this and the ice will come out. But if it's extremely cold, then I make sure I have a lot of these. That way I can just bring a stack out and replace it and then put the frozen ones in the basement to thaw out. I actually want to check and see if this is a boy or a girl. Here's your box back. Good work. Give them their block of wood for their resting mat. I'll come around and give them some more water when I'm all done. So he just needs hay and water. He has enough pellets. How you doing, Earl? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and give them everything they need. All the rabbits that are in the grow out hutch. Let's stick this right here. So you want this to be, what are you two doing in there? Look at this. Breeding behavior. So at 8 weeks old, they show breeding behaviors. Yeah, I see you. You're being bad. Yeah, boy, and he was after this brown one. And there's a couple that I put in here that are actually kind of hard to tell. I mean, it is pretty easy. I say it's easy, but then I say I have a hard time. But yeah, she does look like a girl. So, move her back over here. Sorry, dear. Anyway, now that that's over with, I'm gonna try to get this on here. I like it to be touching the wire, because if it's not, they'll tip it over. They'll stick their paws in there and tip it over towards them, and then there'll be a bunch of feet on the ground. All right, so they got their food. I'm gonna give them some hay. There we go. Let me get their water bowls. I just buy a whole bunch of these off of Amazon. I'll put the link so you can find them. But I just have a whole stack of these. So I usually double the amount that I have because they freeze. So normally I have 2 bowls per grow out hutch. And so that means I would order 4 bowls per rabbit hutch. And then for my breeders that are just in there, for my 2 bucks, I usually just give them 1. So then I order 2 per buck. And then for my does, I order the same amount as my grow out hutches, because they're gonna have litters in there with them and they're gonna need a lot of water. So I'll order 4. So that's a lot of water bowls, but trust me, it's worth it. You don't wanna be running around looking for these and not having enough. I've been there and it's frustrating. So I just order more than I need, and that way I always have one. So if one's completely frozen and I can't knock the ice out, I'll just go get another one and let this one thaw. So I'll go ahead. They're gonna get 2. I'm waiting. My husband's gonna make the double tray so I can put these in there. We haven't made them yet. We just made a few. But I'll go ahead and give them their water. So with this litter of 8, I ended up with, looks like, well, I'll have to change the numbers now, 4 females and 4 males. So half and half. One of the males is in with his mom right now. Let's see what, right in here. Plenty of hay. and water. All right, so there's my fully weaned rabbits in their grow out hutch. So like I said, I have 4 males. One's in with mom, and they're all set. And I have 4 females. All right, so Stormy spilled all her water, so I'm gonna give her some more water. And I'm gonna move this piece of wood over here in front of her box. And I'm gonna move all this hay up here because her hutch looks a little messy. There, that's better. Give her water. And she's all set. All right, so I figured I'd go ahead and show you what I feed my rabbits while I'm out here taking care of them. My bucket here, it's a litter bucket that I use just so I have an airtight small bucket to carry around to keep their feed in. But this is what I use for feed. Producer's Pride rabbit pellets. The 50-pound bag, it's $21. And this is what I've been giving them. It's 15% protein, but I give it to all of my rabbits. I don't give my breeders or my grow outs a different type of feed. I just give them all this feed. And I get this from Tractor Supply. Because we live not too far away from a Tractor Supply, so it's just the easiest option, and it works well for what I have going on. And then I also have Timothy hay, which I would love to buy more local, but this is also from Tractor Supply, just because of the convenience of it. Obviously, to buy hay local would be more ideal, but as of right now, this is what I get. So I get plenty of Timothy hay and some pellets. So all of my hutches are completely full now. I have, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 hutches, well, 7 spots in all 3 of my hutches all together. So I have 2 for my bucks, and then I have 1 for a doe. I got 2 does over there, and 1 big hutch for my grow outs that's split in half, so I can divide them between the males and the females. So the grow outs are all set. I took care of them, so now I'm gonna go make sure that Lucky's all taken care of, make sure she has her water, food, hay, same with Thumper, and then they'll be all set for the day. So here are Thumper's babies. These are pure Silverfox rabbits, and they're 3 weeks old, and they're feisty little ones. Hi. But look at them little fluff balls, they're adorable. I know. Look at those. 3 weeks old. Look at all that fur and their little ears. They're a lot of fun. All right, I'll put you guys back. But there they are. All right, guys, so that's the process for weaning your rabbits. Like I said before, I like to do it at 8 weeks. And then I was able to rebreed Lucky today, so I feel pretty good about that. So when I go in, I'll make sure that I write that down and keep track of the dates going forward until she has her babies. So I'll keep you up to date on that. If you have any questions, leave a comment. Somebody left a comment asking me what type of feed I feed them. So I included that in this video, so hopefully that was helpful. But in the meantime, guys, I'll see you in the next video, and God bless.